So you have a passion for nurturing young women, children, and mental health as well. What are some needs or gaps that you kind of felt like you saw that I guess kind of led you into some of these fields?
Yeah. I think growing up, again, I'm a very observant person. So I quickly saw the difference between, again, how my parents brought me up and how, other parents were bringing up their children. One of the things I mentioned earlier was the fact that our parents were quite open and honest with us. My mum early on was very, she would sit us down, have conversations with us, tell us about how her how her experiences were growing up. And I think just seeing the significance of that, the effect of that on my growth and my development and my siblings as well. I felt that it was very important that children are nurtured from a very young age, that children have the right values instilled in them from a very young age. Children have the opportunity to learn from your own experiences rather than everybody will have to make everybody will have to still sort of go through their own experiences, but at least if there's the opportunity for them to learn from somebody else's
mistakes
positive actions or mistakes, then actually why not? So I think that's why I'm really passionate about it. In terms of children growing up, one of the things that when I see a child, I guess my medical side comes out as well because I look at their development, what they're supposed to be doing at different stages and what they're supposed to be achieving. And some parents don't know this. So actually helping parents understand that, for me, I'm really passionate about that. Parents not being worried about certain aspects of development as well, because actually there's this, time frame for them to achieve it. So you don't have to stress yourself and worry. For me, in terms of nurturing children, I think that's sort of what sparked it. I like them to have the right values from a very young age, to have a good sense of identity from a very young age, to know how to love, to know how to share, to know how to be your brother's keeper. It needs to start from when they're very, 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 very young. And that's something my mum always said to me as well. You don't start disciplining a child from when they're able to walk, or you start disciplining them from when they're, on the breast. If they're breastfeeding, you let them, you start teaching them at that stage. So for me, that was very important. In terms of women, again, unless you're parent or sisters or close relative or friends teach you certain things, you just won't know. So I really do feel like a lot of women go through a lot of things that they don't necessarily have to, because they don't necessarily have the knowledge that actually this is not normal, or this is normal, or this is what I can expect, or this is what I shouldn't expect. So I think that lack of knowledge or lack of right knowledge, it makes me really passionate about making sure that women know about their health, what is normal, what isn't normal. So I'm quite passionate about that.
Have you seen quite a lot of negative experiences from people doing things out of lack of knowledge?
Definitely,
Man, if only she had known, or if only they had known.
Yeah, definitely. So, sorry to use the example, but periods. It's a classic example. A lot of women don't know, your periods don't have to be heavy, and you don't have to be flooding and all these things. And it's not a nice experience. The impact that, just heavy periods has on a woman's life. Women don't necessarily always, again, not all women, but women don't also necessarily recognize the impact of their cycle on their emotional health. True. They don't always recognize they don't always recognize how it affects their mood, when you're ovulating, just before your cycle comes, during your cycle. Some people will find that they get menstrual migraines, but they haven't necessarily associated the two. But there are things that can be done about these things. So I'm very, very, very passionate about that as well. Women understanding hormones, especially within the within certain communities.
No, you can say it. You can say it. You can say it.
A lot of people have their opinions about hormones and the effect of them. So I think having the right knowledge will help you make a better informed decision, basically, over your health. So so that's why I'm.
That's good.
I'm passionate.